Tiny, these abilities to dispose and toss people around. Both of those heroes banned, not allowing outsiders to get the first pick on either of them.
PSG LGD, they saw an opportunity in the previous game, got both of those, and we'll see how they approach this puck opening. Gonna be with the Void Spirit, the classic one. It seems like this is just an answer during the European DPC Tour 3, because people did start to pick puck quite a lot. We did see Skyrat Mage +1, like instant stun. Most of the time it was Dragonite to be able to lock him down, play into this long duration silence. Very difficult for puck to deal with, but also I think rise of Chen, because Chen has been super popular in this tournament. Last time we checked, he had about like 65% win rate, and now it's even higher. 18 games, 72% win rate.
We're both looking at the same page on Dotabuff, aren't we? We both opened it up at the same time as soon as Jen's picked. Definitely one of the hot heroes of this tournament. Timbersaw, though, for outsiders, going to give them at least one solid lane and maybe the ability to snowball out of it to get that tempo going. Not picking it into any strength heroes, though. It's you can ban out the 3 heroes against Timbersaw, so it's not a bad place to do it coming into the second phase.
Yeah, you gotta get rid of some of the counters for Timbersaw. As Monkey King definitely out there, so outsiders will get rid of him. Next one, I know I say Ursa quite a lot, and PSG LGD is one of the teams that do play a lot of Ursa, so you should potentially try to get rid of him, because Chen does stabilize the lane, provides you with the extra regen. Ursa at the early level is not the strongest hero. For now, we'll remove Templar Assassin.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of focus from LGD onto Yamach's hero pool. We mentioned the Marcy and Tiny now. The Tusk is gone, getting rid of a lot of those roaming heroes that can enable outsiders to play into mid lane, give GPK a better time. It feels like GPK very often is the pivotal hero that's making moves and making calls, being a carry from the mid. If you're not controlling runes and allowing that mid laner to flourish, definitely can be a struggle for you.
We saw what happens when they rotated on him twice. They kind of kill his momentum as well, because what outsiders wanted to do is get these 2 BKB, potentially 3 at the same time, and play from there, because all these 3 heroes are kind of rushing the BKB. Doom gets Midas, but because of the extra gold, they could sync up all 3 of them. And they still need some kind of counter for this Timbersaw. You can't just allow Timbersaw to roam around freely. I think there's also, I believe it was... No, it was RNG who did have a bit of a different approach against the Timbersaw. They did have OD, which is pure damage. But since they already picked Puck, I don't think that's doable. Maybe from the off lane, because Fate Beyond does play whatever it's needed, whatever it's necessary. He's like, oh, I never played it, and then goes godlike.
Yeah, any hero. Put it in his hands. Magic appears in front of you. Faceless Void. A ban coming out from LGD. An interesting one there. I mean, what's the thought process behind Void ban at this stage?
Can't say yet, because I don't know what PSG LGD is thinking or trying to pick. It's a guaranteed lockdown for Void Spirit, but other than that, just doesn't strike me as a good Void game, because they do have like decent amount of damage inside the chrono from Puck, from Timbersaw. Time dilation is what Void Spirit doesn't like to play into, but it's more to that. It's not just, oh, time dilation, let's ban Faceless Void.
That's the track my brain was going down. Time dilation against Invoker, Bristleback. Are these the heroes that maybe they're aiming towards? We'll see, though, as LGD going to grab up an Earthshaker. That's your Jinkyu hero. Has already been very successful on it this tournament. He showed Seb how it was done in a previous series. Up against OG. So that's your 2 supports and your mid laner for LGD.
Once Earthshaker picks up the Blink Dagger, you will have instant initiation against Puck, something that he is afraid of. You can pull the lane back, of course, always as an Earthshaker on the off lane. Snapfire has been on the rise. This hero has been forgotten in the previous DPC tour, and suddenly the hero is doing extremely well, even after all these nerfs. it still feels one of the better position for heroes, sitting at a 63% win rate, 22 games picked so far.
Yeah, one of the tools that EG have used recently to come out of the dumpster in their day one, day two performances, coming back with a number of wins with the crit snap. And we've also seen C-Smile playing the Snapfire mid again for Beast Coast, as Outsiders grabbing the solid, stable Juggernaut as their position 1 carry.
And to go back to Snapfire, you will always have kill opportunity on anyone, especially Void Spirit, with Mortimer's Kisses plus Coil. This is going to be deadly at every single stage of the game. And also having a cookie against the Earthshaker. You get blocked, you will jump over it easily. Yeah. And they didn't ban it out, something that I mentioned, Ursa against the Timbersaw, Ursa good against the Jug, because Juggernaut's not going to feel too comfortable ulting Ursa whenever he has ulti available.
Yeah, he's got that enrage.
PSG LGD's turn to
shock abilities maybe to catch up to these elusive heroes, the Timber and the Puck with the chain and the orb. You can keep moving forward with your Blink and your Abyssal Blade as they come out later on as well. Outsiders now aiming towards some of these Faith Beyond heroes.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing a Beastmaster because he's still available, and I would love to see some kind of a BKB piercing ability against the Juggernaut, because right now he's really not contested.
Spin TP completely free. Beastmaster's a good shout. Also gives you a lot of that pressure with the Chen. Not a great amount of stable long-range wave clear outside of the Puck. If you've got a massive army of a Chen and a Beastmaster pushing a tower, Juggernaut doesn't want to show, Snap doesn't want to get into range to scatter blast. You would need to have this Timbersaw and Puck putting their bodies in harm's way.
That OD doesn't sound too bad now from the offlane. Even though they would definitely appreciate a bit more tower damage, I would say, because they don't have that much. It gets a bit more difficult to close out the game with Ursa lineups. You might get Aegis, but sieging the tier 3 tower could be a bit more difficult. But I'm still down for Beastmaster as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. What else do we have there for Faith Beyond? Any other pushing heroes that he could pull out? Difficult from the position 3 role, other than that Beastmaster. Nature's Prophet, maybe?
PSG LGD.
They ban the Beastmaster now, Outsiders. Scarth Mage removed out by LGD as they are looking for.
They heavily committed on banning position 4 heroes. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those.
Yeah, have fun, Yamich. What's left in your pool? Is he an Earth Spirit player? Is that something he can pull out here?
He could. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
5 seconds remaining.
Looking at some other heroes, if they want to get like Shaman, I think Shaman might be a good idea.
Ooh.
Okay.
Enigma 4, it looks like.
Okay, time to think differently. I think. What did I suggest? Maybe bang out something like a Vengeful Spirit on the off lane.
Could they fit a Warlock in here? Like a 3 Earthshaker?
Warlock Chen as a support just feels really weak.
You're right. That's not
Outsiders having a really good adjustment in the game too, because they used this Faceless Void ban that PSG LGD did, and that means you can't get anything that pierces through magic immunity from the safe lane. Pretty much, they did ban out that Beastmaster that we mentioned, and now you have 2 problems. You have Juggernaut and Enigma.
Does Doom solve both of those problems though?
With Refresher, yes.
Doom the Jug, Doom the Enigma, have
they
Refresher.
Still have a full minute to think about it.
It's a long time to think, but the options, like you're saying, kind of limited.
The other one is Night Stalker. Night Stalker is still available. It's not a BKB piercing ability, but it does give you kill threat on Juggernaut. In terms of laning stage, I think whatever they pick might be a bit difficult to lane into because Earthshaker is not a strong laner. If they want to think differently, I put out Vengeful Spirit to be able to swap out Enigma, swap out the Jug, and the hero scales well, but I think it might be the option that I said before.
What about an offlane Phoenix? Percentage-based damage against Timbersaw, big Supernova.
Into Jug Snapfire, it's a suicide.
You are right again. Yeah, a little shredder and a spin. Can't be doing that. It's a difficult choice, and you called the Night Stalker.
Select your hero.
They-
Best option comes out.
They didn't have many options left because it's good against the Timbersaw. It's great against Puck. You will always have something to kill the Juggernaut with, and unfortunately, they don't have anything against like BKB Enigma, but that's gonna come in at later stages of the game. So we might see some Diffusal Blades, Abyssal Blades. Good draft from Outsiders. I like it. I like what they drafted. A lot of different approaches.
How greedy is it, though, with a 4 Enigma?
Not necessarily. You have Timbersaw. That means that Enigma can get some farm. He can leave Timbersaw alone. Timbersaw will need to play between Tier 1 and Tier 2 tower here because he is playing into Ursa Chen. Can't really pressure Ursa in this lane.
So is this maybe going to go back to the old days of Enigma almost jungling? Get Timber to maybe like level 3 and then ditch the lane completely?
Yes, pretty much. Because Chen doesn't provide you with any kind of control unless he gets a good creep, maybe some mana burn on Timbersaw, and then if Ursa has Orb of Venom, plus Boots of Speed, might be able to run him down. I'm looking at the mid. I want to see Void Spirit against Puck matchup. Seen it like 10 times in the last couple of days. I want to see who gets on top, because GPK has been amazing. Like he's been one of the best mid laners in the Eastern European region, and playing against Nothing to Say, a matchup that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, because we've seen this go a number of ways. You know, some people say it's Void Spirit favored. We've seen Puck outplay Void Spirits, control runes, have help from his position 4s, and actually get the upper hand in that laning stage. Definitely want to keep our eyes out open for as Outsiders. They're the ones smoked. Coming out onto the map, and a long line drawn from LGD. Looks like they want to head into Radiant Triangle very early on. I guess getting a good ward there against the Enigma could be very important for them to scout out and maybe allow the Chen to follow the Enigma around while he is jungling.
Looking at items from Yamich, that means he will try to potentially pull the lane back after using Demonic Conversion on the first wave. Not sure if they are aware of this ward that he just placed, and the Boots of Speed actually saving him.
Yeah.
They're not able to catch him. If there was not Boots, I'm pretty sure Ursa and Earthshaker with Boots would be able to run him down.
Yeah, they would get right on top of him.
Never understood why would you say good luck to a team you're playing against. It's like, oh, man, he just got double damage rune, they killed Roshan. Like, sure,
it's polite.
Good game, you don't say that. Like, I don't think I've ever said that in my career. Because I did come from Warcraft 3. I played at the semi-professional level, was not good enough.
You say GG at the start, don't you?
Yeah, GG, have fun, have a good game. You know, but I don't want you to get some good
RNG.
neutral creeps. Yeah, nothing that involves RNG, that's why I don't say it. Ramses, ready to spin.
Yeah, the cookie in. Nothing to say. He's already spent his Resonant
dead.
Pulse, so first blood's coming for Ramses. Swipes his sword down, picks off that mid laner.
A bit surprised LGD decided to take this rune fight against Snapfire, Puck, and Juggernaut. You can't kill Jug, you can't kill Puck because they can shift away. And Yamich starting, Hakoda starting with Fire Snap Cookie. So that means, like, you also have Chen. What is he doing? Doesn't even have ability skilled.
Yeah, it's been a curious one for these Chens, you know, depending on their camps being blocked and what's going on, who they're laning with and against. We've seen Penitence level 1.
Same as what happened in game 1. They want to leave DM alone away from Ursa. Timbersaw alone. You don't put any pressure on this Timbersaw as Earthshaker Night Stalker.
And Hakoda going to block the small camp while Enigma pretends to block the large camp. They've already sentryed that up though. And now the lane swap's coming in. Faith Bjarn up towards top. And they send the Arme Ursa down south. Another situation though here where Outsiders are the ones to react, right? Very often we have this first to move disadvantage because you're able now to TP and swap your lanes the other way around.
We'll see what happens in this one. In the previous game, PSG LGD got way too much out of this because they had supports roaming around. They had 2 kill threats. This time around, it's Puck. So Puck's completely different than Tlina, and I don't think they're going to be able to put pressure on GPK.
Yeah, the ability to play much more actively as this Puck, and yeah, well, like you say, much more difficult to pressure and gank in the mid lane. could be a good sign for Outsiders as they do get the lane matchups they desire yet again. And LGD trying to walk it across the river. The migration of the Chen. He spots Yamich. Try and chip away at the Enigma. As so far, Yamich kind of struggling to find a place to call his home. He's going to go into top dire jungle. And maybe get some creeps in there.
And as you said, this is going to be jungle Enigma, while Timbersaw will enjoy some free time getting solo XP. Already level 3. This Timbersaw off to a good start. I don't see this Timbersaw dying unless they rotate like Ursa, Night Stalker, which I don't think it's going to happen. So DM have enough really good start, and they should utilize that.
Well, we often joke about that fourth lane when we've got lane manipulation with
This is
creep
the fourth lane.
Yeah, this is the real fourth lane. Chen against Enigma in a 1v1, the classic. It takes me back. We used to see this quite a lot, right? When there was a Helm the Dominator Enigma, we had Chens. You know, I can clearly remember Puppy following like Enigma around in the jungle.
Enchantress Chen, the good old classic. Yeah. It's also 1 versus 1, level 1.
Yeah, a TP out from Yamich. Gets himself back to Fountain. Arme's so just a little bit too spooky for him. But you're right, DM 15-1, getting plenty of farm, while Arme struggling at 9 last hits. Void Spirit and the Night Stalker up at the top, but gotta feel good as Outsiders here. Getting every one of your cores up and running quickly. And I'm a big fan of this build on Juggernaut. We're seeing it time and time again. The Blades of Attack first, a couple of branches, quickly into the phase boots, and you can be handed over regen by one of your supports.
Jug does have great attack animation, so having extra damage makes it very difficult for enemy offlaners to CS against.
Yeah, it was something I remember AUI talking about at a TI. He was kind of theory crafting Spectre, Falcon Blade. Why don't you just buy Blades of Attack and branches and your supports give you Salves and Tangos and pump that regen into you? And now, you know, 10 months later, it's kind of coming to fruition here with the rushed phase.
Great block from Jin-Q.
Good Fisher. Stops the spin from doing too much damage to Faith Bian. Still going to get a Scatter Blast to the back of the head, but he can continue laning, no worries. So Enigma now taking up post in that bottom jungle, and he's got a ward in front of him to scout anything coming. He's going to be that fourth core, basically, for the Outsiders. And it looks like Chen not really in position here to go hunting for him again. Does Chen then become a jungler himself? Leave the one. Ooh, a cookie. The spin on Faith Bian as well. Ramsey's getting tripped up a little bit by the trees. He's got a bit of regen there, and a body block from Jin-Q will give the safety to Faith Bian to get to tower.
Even use the healing salve on him. Good Fisher blocks. And now they have Chen, Ogre Vampire Mage here as well, casting Ice Armor to slow Juggernaut down and reduce some of that harass damage. Looking at the mid lane, pretty even, 30-30. I thought this was, and hearing it from some players, that it's Void Spirit's matchup, favorite matchup, because we do see it every single time as a response to puck pick.
Yeah, doing decently for himself, but GPK holding his own. I'm starting to wonder now, this Enigma pick is. We always kind of saw, you know, Enchantress as like a Chen counter. Is Enigma a Chen counter in the early game as well? Because we saw him just, you know, demonic convert one of those Ogre Frost mages into Eidolons. Can Yamich handle these early Chen creeps, just convert them whenever he sees them?
It's very difficult to move around the map. He tried, but it's not about like him denying that creep, getting some extra gold. It's more about being annoying and letting Timbersaw getting the levels, not allowing LGD supports to move around the map and do what they did in Game 1. So DM is level 6 right now, playing behind Tier 1 tower as we expected. So this puts more pressure on Ursa. Once you have that Chakram, Ursa needs to be careful.
Yeah, Yamich. He's going to get found here, but nothing to say in Jin-Q. Picked off quickly. He was also rotating in there around that 6-minute rune mark. And you're right up on top, Arme, the Chakram. Too much to handle. He will enrage, but Hakuda and DM will slay the Ursa. And maybe a bit of a push on this top lane coming.
Once Timbersaw hits level 6, even if you're a counter to it, you need someone, you need your position 5 to have some kind of a lockdown, and then maybe you can get a kill. Other than that, DM, as expected, on top of the net worth, going into Yule's Scepter next. I like the item build, because it will give him time to during the silence from the Night Stalker, and also potentially break combo from Earthshaker later on when he has a Blink Dagger, and most importantly against Ursa.
Oh yeah, so many uses. Against that Ursa and Rage. DM. Cookie and Timber Chain, funny interaction there, bouncing all over the place. Gets him out of the reach of the Ursa for now though. And Outsiders, 3-4 heroes moving up towards that top rune spot. Trying to play into this, nothing to say, Void Spirit. And GPK coils in, orbs over the top. Not enough damage to finish off the Void right now though. As GPK did start to drop pretty low on HP. Yi with a couple of mana burn creeps, gonna waltz up top. Go on, the double zap onto DM. Where's your mana pool gone, buddy? Oh, Arme, where's your HP gone?
He does have a Soul Ring, so should be okay.
Get run at though by the Ursa, and nothing to say with an Astral Step. Does catch him with the Ether Remnant. DM backed up by the Enigma and the Snapfire though. Trying to slip out with his reactive armor going. Nothing to say, struggling to finish this off. I don't think they can kill him.
Oh, what a
shame.
Void!
Cancelled by the Void of Faith Beyond.
Fate BN, what a Giga Chat player. That timing. You need to have quick cast first of all to do that. And you also need to be called Fate BN.
Oh, this is Yamich in the trees. A TP. He's going to get finished off. Can't even retreat back to base. Diving onto tier 2s. LGD again. 8 minutes in, all of a sudden they are straight into the thick of things, but GBK is there to react. Responding to kill the Void Spirit and get something back for Outsiders.
Managing to kill this Timbersaw and also not allowing him to pressure Ursa is pretty big. Ame seems like he's going to be going for more of a late game Ursa-oriented build. Going for that Battle Fury for now, does have Ring of Health and Power Threats coming to him. Also want to touch upon matchup Void Spirit against Puck, because we see different itemization when it comes down to like players thinking how to approach it. The one that I noticed is Void Spirits do go for Power Treads early on instead of Witchblade, and there's two options. Either you go for more greedy build, get the Aghanim Scepter to have AoE silence, or you get Yule Scepter for yourself to be able to protect you and potentially break the coil with it on a mid lane. Outsiders putting some pressure on the tower.
Eidolon's there from Yamich. Enigma pretty low on the levels though, it feels like.
I know you like this one, our observer was pointing it out. Ramsey's going for Hand of Midas.
Oh yes. I'll find Jin-Q in the jungle though. Outsiders all there. Clear out a little stack. Finish off his Hand of Midas. What do you feel about this? Monkey King, you hate it, but Juggernaut, it feels like it's been kind of successful with this Midas to get the levels into the talents and the shard.
Talents are really good. The Blade Fury Radius, Blade Fury Duration, and DPS. Even though I've seen like level 10 players do go for both of those. So stats is really good at Juggernaut.
You are, mate. Threatening Ramses and forcing the healing ward to come out pretty early on. Bottom rune, Arcane for Void Spirit, but the coil and the cookie catching out the Chen, launched up and dead inside the Midnight Pulse. GPK around a third of his HP, but nothing to say he can't keep going for him.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Meanwhile, in the top lane, DM will be trying to put some pressure on tower. Fate Beyond does have Dark Ascension available. And a point in Crippling Fear, but definitely needs more people to rotate.
And not too far away from his Echo Saber on that Night Stalker too. Q coming back in to try and de-ward this zone once more. Time and time again. Coming up to that large camp, which Ramses keeps farming. And DM gets all the freedom that he desires. Again, off-laner heroes, top of the net worth, out farming their counterparts. A 1k lead emerging for the Outsiders. We do, of course, have a very poor Snapfire. We're still waiting for Enigma to hit level 6. 11 minutes in, I kind of expected Enigma to be another core hero. We usually see him out-leveling his opponents, but Yamich
was following Chen for a long time, forced the TP out, didn't get too much free time in jungle to be able to get levels. Y does have Hand of God. Jin-Q level 5 still, saving up the gold for his Blink Dagger. Not gonna get anything done. Does have a little bit of help from neutral item. Arcane Ring, you need something, some kind of help. Snapfire ulti is available.
Yeah, another coil on this Chen again. DM will come in, and the kiss is launched. A lot expended to bring down Yi.
Too much expended.
With a black hole in the back, though, where did he come from? Night Stalker dragged in, and nothing to say, killed off. LGD went back in for round 2, and they get punished heavily.
PSG LGD thought that they are going to be able to take the fight because Coil was used on Chen.
Yeah.
Same goes for Snapfire ulti, which was not necessary, definitely. And Night Stalker gets in, gets Black Hole in the end. Good usage of the first Black Hole.
And then you've got Ramses. Sick, guys. I didn't even have to come and use any spells. I can keep on farming. Still has that Omni Slash to maybe look for a solo kill somewhere on the map. Ursa, not the ideal target, but he is pinging in behind him that Puck and Snapfire have wrapped in behind the Ursa.
He can't get out of this one.
They should have him here, right? GPK and Hakura.
Another Witchblade.
Keep that Witchblade on him. Orb over the top. Enrage. It makes him tanky, but he's slowed down to a crawl. The Hand of God, though, Cookie well placed in from Hakura will allow GPK to move forward. Secure the kill with a Snapfire, in fact. Well, Jinkyu is being dived up top. Break the trees with a Midnight Pulse and chain in towards him.
Bit of uncharacteristic mistakes from PSG LGD. They try to save Ursa. Puck did have haste, Witchblade plus Cookie, more than enough to close the gap on Ursa. And we can see the difference already. 3k, 4k gold lead for Outsiders.
They're starting to build it up very quickly. Full control of that top region of the map as well. No way for Armade to play into top jungle. So he's stuck down bottom. You can see them pinging it. Ramses pings the Ursa. He's TP'd bot. He's down there. Let's play elsewhere. Go in onto the Void Spirit. Make plays and action happen. Force LGD to try and react or just lose a hero just like that.
Beautiful spell casting from Outsiders. Not overlapping anything. Cookie into stun. Jinkyu trying to farm up his Blink Dagger. Getting very close. Cannot allow to die here. 300 gold away.
A rough one for LGD now. Armade still trying to get towards that Battle Fury. Slow and steady, but starting to slip behind. Void Spirit, 4,600 net worth, miles behind the Puck. And Timbersaw just able to push out that top lane consistently, forcing LGD to come back and defend tier 2, while Enigma has picked up a Blink Dagger 14 minutes in. The threat of the Blink Black Hole is going to be here soon.
Two supports having much better time than in previous game. You feel the influence. They have big teamfight ultis that they bring to the table. And also GPK having a really good time. Didn't die a single time, involved in 8 out of 11 kills. Same goes for Ramses. Farming, but gonna TP out. Understands that there's nothing to stop the TP spin. PM, he wants more.
Yeah, again, it's slicing through the forest. Faith Beyond, Echo Saber is there. It does have that Dark Ascension, but doesn't feel like he really wants to fight, while Chen's army getting cleared out quickly.
Radiant's middle tower
he's got his mech, but with no friends, with no army now. Feels a little bit worse for wear. LGD just trying to spread the map as wide as they can while the Outsiders gather up. They're flexing, showing their force. And they want to get this Blink Black Hole utilized. Could just go for a solo kill on the Night Stalker, but he's got to be careful of that crippling fear. We know Faith Beyond very quick on the fingers.
They don't want to risk it. Underneath the tier 2 tower could make things a bit more difficult, but they did place an Observer Ward right underneath the tier 2 tower, so we'll see any rotation, TP rotation that PSG LGD does. Smoked, Earthshaker with the Blink Dagger. They want to get something done. 2 points in the Aftershock, so that might be a bit of an issue. PSG LGD needs to buy more time, because Void Spirit's going for a greedy build that we mentioned, that Aghanim Scepter. You have Night Stalker going for Echo Saber, and also Ursa still not fight ready. He wants to be able to farm things up, does have a Battle Fury finished when the courier brings it, and it's right now.
But it's not as if Outsiders are on a clock though, right? Yes, LGD are trying to drag things out, but the scaling of Outsiders is still very, very good. Beyond. And during night time, snipes a courier, but the two-man coil, Void Spirit and Chen having kisses launched at them. Mortimer landing the lava in towards Yi, and nothing to say. They will get away though as the black hole is
Where's
just
the follow-up?
on the one. No
Ramsey's
follow-up.
deeping.
DM is trying to get back in there. They've lost the puck, and Chen, the other one to fall, while Yamich, pounded by nothing to say. LGD with the turnaround play, and the Omni Slash bounces in towards the enraged Ursa, doing very little damage as Jin Q. The Blink Echo, perfectly placed, and Ramsey's stuck
what
there
Fisher.
between that Fisher and the
That's
high
a full
ground.
team wipe.
5-man wipe and an ultra kill for Arme.
Jin Q was so ready. He was waiting for a very long time, and this is why we said during the draft that Ursa's never gonna feel too bad about playing a Juggernaut matchup as long as he has the Enrage ready, because he gets Omni Slash literally taking 0 damage, and they clumped up, and the Earthshaker gets a good echo, and then with the Battlefield, plus the Fisher was blocking the Juggernaut away.
Yeah.
He could not get away from it.
That was superb. I mean, watch it back here, like, looks so good. The coil catches a couple, the kisses are landing. But look at nothing to say, he's dodging kisses left and right. A great Fisher to block them out.
Haste helping out quite a lot, and also saves from Chen that mech and Hand of God coming in clutch. A bit of a late TP from Ramses. He was hesitating.
And this Omni Slash
Radiant are
bouncing back to the
scanning.
Ursa, thankful for Faith Pian.
I think this is a big mistake. I'm just gonna say it. DM going for Kaya Sanj on Timbersaw instead of giving Heaven's Halberd. I think this is a big mistake.
Maybe a kill here. Nothing to say. He's got Astral Step once the coil ends. Can you get out of this? GPK has the orb.
This arm against Ursa, mischance, even against Night Stalker, if you get that off, can turn things around.
Well, they got the puck here. Well, they do.
Does he think they need more damage with Kaya Sanj instead to be able to blow people up? Ame with double damage, now chasing people, does have Blink Dagger, not ready anytime soon, but we'll see if he decides to go in. Gotta respect the tier 3 towers.
You do indeed. Is there any way they can shift it up here on the Timber, like disassemble?
He can disassemble, get Kaya Sanj, get E-Blade after that.
But you would just rather have
I would rather have it like right now.
Yeah, that makes sense. You've got the Yules, then you'll have the Halberd, you'll keep Arme out of the fight for a good like 10 seconds basically. We'll see if it works out for him though, as Outsiders do lose a bit of their momentum. That lead chipped away at down to 2,000 now. As Ramses just walks into the Roshan pit. I'm pretty sure LG are ready for this. They've got vision, they've seen him walk around there.
Night Stalker does have ulti, and extra 45 seconds left on Darkness, so we'll need to fall back a little bit.
Still a long cooldown on Black Hole as well. Oh, Ramsey's half HP. Faith Beyond, Crippling Fear, gets the spin off, but my goodness, he dies quickly to Ahmed. DM now, the one on the run. He can try and chain away from this. Gets back to high ground, but look at who's waiting for him. There's Chen here. Faith Beyond and Ahmed still trying to give chase. Eating up some of those little Eidolons and creeps. Hakoda forced a cookie back to his tier 2.
Do they want to go inside a pit? 25 seconds.
Oh, they do.
No Juggernaut. Outsider's gonna smoke. They want to take this fight.
They do have Black Hole. The kisses, the coil, the
Good
big team fight
Remnant
ulti.
blocking the entrance.
Yeah, they see them coming now. So Faith Beyond, Crippling Fear, trying to zone them out. GPK blinks in aggressively. Kisses and coil landing, but GPK is already dead.
And we'll finish off the Roche.
Roshan gone. Aegis picked up. The All Scepter seconds too late. And the turnaround back in towards Yamich. He blinks to high ground, gets a bit of distance, but the Fisher and Remnant blink in from Arme, clears through the Enigma. Outsiders starting to crumble, but it's LGD again, really.
Everything is perfect for LGD. Like these clutch Hand of Gods, the timing, going inside a pit. DM not able to get that Dual Scepter on time. And yeah, they finish off the puck and they kill Roshan after that. So right now PSG LGD in a driving seat.
Yeah.
Look at that Juggernaut's itemization. He's going for Manta style next. Manta's gonna help him against Silence from Void Spirit, but not gonna help him against Silence from Night Stalker. Usually when Juggernaut plays into Night Stalker or Axe, you want to have some status resistance so those disables don't last as long.
It really does remind me, I mean, when we're casting SA Dota, we call it the Beast Coast effect. They're losing lanes, losing the game, and then all of a sudden they have this control panel in front of them, and there's just one button that says, go win. They slam it, they win a team fight, they win the game. And it feels like LGD are able to do this.
LGD has a full keyboard of those buttons.
But it's against the top tier teams in the world as well. They're losing to this outsider squad who looks so powerful from laning stage through to 15 minutes in, and then LGD turn it on. They win a team fight, like you said, in the driving seat now, able to completely dictate the pace of play.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Outsiders still do have this blink black hole, and green lights are coming back up for their ultis. Maybe an opportunity for them to smoke and meet, match LGD when they come for some of these objectives. Tier 2s are still standing, so it could be a good platform for this squad to play around.
Yamich hiding inside the trees, does have a big boy Philly, so eventually we'll be able to farm up his BKB. That's gonna be big.
Super important for them.
There is nothing that can stop the BKB black hole. Unless PSG LGD gets a good initiation on him, they do have more than enough lockdown.
We've got to get that vision. Catch him first. Oh, nothing to say under a sentry. He thought he was safe, invis and hidden. Fisher maybe buys him enough time here with the Resonant Pulse spammed down and a dissimulate. Astral Step, he gets a gap. Oh, he's away from there. LGD now with Arme facing GPK, face Bjorn hunting as well, while Ramsey spins and TP's home. DM looking to catch, nothing to say still, but he's got the heals from the mech. He's back to half health, and DM's the one trapped. Fishered up, chains away, the black hole from Yamish cancelled by the Ether Remnant. Oh, nothing to say, just outplaying outsiders every step of the way. GPK gonna try and orb back. Jumped upon by Arme, and Night Stalker with a Fey Grenade keeps the vision, moves over the tier 2, and gets a couple of big kills for LGD.
A little surprised the outsiders decided to take this full 5-on-5 engagement, because there's no BKB yet on Enigma. This is a big turnaround point for them, and so much control. Again, Hand of God coming in clutch, saving Void Spirit, and he uses the Simulate plus Astral Step to go different way, and then joins a fight and make a big play.
Right now, a bit of calm for LGD. They are still holding Aegis for a minute. And they know that with Black Hole, Kisses down, no Omni Slash available. They are in prime position here just to clear out a couple more of these outer towers. There's even a DD rune that spawned up at top. As we watch Arme cutting waves in behind that tier 1.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Such a spectacular game. It's been a struggle for GPK to keep tabs on him. Well, Puck is ahead of him in net worth, but it feels like the impact has been reversed. A BKB coming out from GPK.
You need a defensive item.
Night Stalker's silence, yeah.
Against the Night Stalker's silence and 2 silences from Void Spirit. Even Earthshaker, it's really good. Q going for 1 BKB for himself as well.
Yeah, it can be difficult against this Puck and Timbersaw. You can do a tremendous amount of damage into you. Tons of money being saved up. Outsiders connecting in with the GPK Puck bottom. DM is all the way up at top lane, just trying to clear out waves, so it looks like they want to try and play as 4 down here. They're just opening the map for themselves. But LGD with a DD rune on Void Spirit. They know exactly where they are. Look at that read. Yi circles them out. They're in this bottom jungle. They're behind the Puck.
But they might want to strike Tier 3 tower. Fate Beyond positioning himself, does have a Blink Dagger available and level 3 ulti. They place Deep Vision, so whoever TPs inside the base will get initiated on.
How many steps ahead are they? Like they see the Puck showing. They're 4 steps ahead. Like Puck shows bottom, that means his hero's behind him. That means when we push mid, someone's going to TP back to tier 3 and they're going to slowly filter back to defend their base. Right now, fortunately for outsiders, it is DM. The hero that LGD don't necessarily want to go and jump on. Anybody else shows, though. They're getting obliterated. Puck spends the orb. And LGD, they don't see the target they want to strike on. backing up through that bottom jungle.
Might find Hakoda.
Looks like they will. Fey Grenade gives the vision. Faith Beyond chase him down. There is no escape here, and Jinkyu will hold that Fissure for the last moment. Good little move with the Force and the Cookie. Now fissured up though, and jumped on by Faith Beyond's Night Stalker. The finishing touches will come out. Dominating streak for NS.
I don't know if this ward is going to get dewarded inside the base. This might come in really clutch. Seeing smokes when PSG LGD is potentially going to do Roche, or give them ability to jump and connect onto target and instantly delete it.
Look at that. Yeah, BKB's done on Jinkyu, you called it, but Refresher Orb and Aghanim Shard queued up next. Wow, he's going to have double BKB, double Echo. That's a greedy Earthshaker.
This is going to take a while. Doesn't have Philosopher's Stone.
See if he gets there, though. Outsiders. They've really lost so much of this map. No opportunities for them to go and fight. It kind of feels like they're just going through the motions of push out a lane, back up to base, push out a lane. This gives LGD every opportunity in the world to smoke, to outfarm, to get deep vision, and move into this Radiant Triangle. Nothing to say, hidden under the smoke, and oh, this spot GPK. Good phase shift, might just get away. That Ether Remnant, yeah, stopped by the BKB, but the Basher comes in, and they catch him out, but he jumps away, 1 HP. Yamich with the Black Hole, and the Omni Slash, looking for Arme, but the Enrage finally arrives. Ramses in the back lines, Yamich dead. Juggernaut struggling to stick on a target, while DM being zoned away by Jinkyu. Give chase onto this Timbersaw now.
They're still not done.
The Yule Scepter up. Astral Step towards him. Ether Remnant drags him back in, and they'll finish off this Timber. One by one, they whack away at him. No buybacks here for Outsiders.
And look how careful they are. They did not want to reveal this ward in base. Like, they did not want to jump, because this ward still lasts for another 3 minutes. So Roshan's going to respawn in 50. Not the fastest respawn, but once again, PSG LGD fighting underneath the vision. Decent Black Hole. Healing coming out from Chen. Mech, Hand of God. This is why Chen has, what would we say, 72% win rate so far in this tournament. It seems like it's going to get even higher after this game.
I think it's like 77 or something. It's close to 80. And he's getting close to 20 games when we start to consider, you know, a real sample size at a LAN tournament. LGD close the net in around Outsiders. 15 seconds for Roche. Tier 2 top still standing. We could poke at that if they wanted to. Ramsey's looking to finish off his Basher. It's been a difficult game for him to really get onto a hero. The Void Spirit jumps away with Dissimilate and Astral Step. Nightstalk is tanky, Ursa has Enrage, and Earthshaker. He's always in the back lines waiting in the fog, while Chen has an army of creeps to tank up your Omni Slash.
Very difficult. And now PSG LGD will go inside the Roche pit without Black Hole on Enigma. It's going to be a freebie.
No contest whatsoever. Take that Aegis and the Shard. Jinkyu no longer has to buy it, so he's got more money saved up towards his Refresher Orb.
Was it the Ursaman who picked it up?
Chen's got it actually, sorry.
Oh.
So Ancient Creeps potential for White. Wait, he's giving it over to Nothing to Say. Past the Shard.
Nothing to Say, we'll eat it in the end. What a team. They're taking care of each other so nicely.
They're having that discussion, like, what's the optimal way to share this Shard? Who do we give it to? Nothing to Say, he's the one who needs it. No real space here for Outsiders. I mean, down bottom, Yamich, yeah, he's pushing out with Eidolons, hiding in the trees, very, very defensively. DM doing the same thing on this western side of the map. With that vision in the base, you keep talking about it. It sees them.
It sees everything.
3 heroes by that tier 3 in the mid lane. LGD going to know if they leave the base. There is that chance to jump them. Yeah, the ping coming out from Nothing to Say. Let's go high ground, boys. We see absolutely everything. Jump on the puck. GPK blown up. Immediate snap decision from LGD. As soon as someone stepped in front of that tier 3 tower, they're dead.
They place center ward on other side.
Oh look, they pinged it now. They
Finally, they know something is up.
It's about to expire though. The Yules Double Cyclone, sending DM and Arme skywards. BKB forced out of the Timbersaw as well, and there's not even a real team fight happening.
Radiant's top tower is
Some
under
big
attack.
victories for LGD again. As they approach.
They know that someone's standing. Look, Fate Beyond, he's the one pinging. He does have a gem, so any kind of vision will get removed. Still have a couple of seconds left.
Going very deep again.
Radiant's
Oh, him, but nothing to
That
say.
ulti.
Loves that tree line in the Radiant base. Tier 3 tower trying to stand tall against the catapult and all those skellies. Ramses will save his buildings. Very deliberate, patient play from LGD again. Just wait it out on this triangle high ground, shove out bot lane, and make sure that the waves are all trending towards the outsider's base.
They need a big black hole. They need to land like a 3-man black hole into Juggernaut Omni Slash, into Snapfire ulti. Other than that, I don't see them winning a fight. If black hole misses or if it doesn't catch enough people, I think the game just ends.
And it kind of has to be 3 core heroes as well, right? It's got to be like Ursa, Void Spirit, and the Night Stalker, or bust. Timber and Jug, the 2 unsmoked heroes, continue to farm away in the jungle, while the rest of them, they move forward, but look at that frantic scribbling on the map. They're all down here. LGD again with the big read. Not going to fall for the trap. Ramses he's out here waving his flag saying, look at me, I'm a juggernaut, juicy target, come and kill me. But he has everybody behind him.
Still needs to be careful. Not tanky enough. Why is almost as farmed as GPK?
No, he's not.
Why is he that farmed?
Why is he that farmed?
He bought the gem. Like, this is not all of his items.
I mean, 13.5 grand for Puck. The question could also be, why GPK, how has he fallen so far behind?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
LGD. Man, so often we see 2 smokes at the same time from opposing teams, but I feel like LGD are one of these squads that knows when the opponents are smoking, they wait for it to wear out, and then they smoke. 30 seconds later.
Oh! He
Attempted
finds
catch.
him. Ame, beyond godlike.
Oh, yeah, Hakada just ceases to exist. Ramses does spin TP home. Continually looking at this tree line. Anybody here? Any more targets? Any stragglers left behind? Still just going through the motions, though, outsiders. Keep LGD away from their base for as long as they possibly can, and keep scaling on this Enigma. He's becoming the most important hero in the game.
Ame might find someone.
Yeah, he might. Who's up here? DM and Yamage. Aegis, just under 20 seconds. I'm not sure if they can even kill him with Enrage and all the items he's got. A BKB, Abyssal Blade, Blink Dagger as well. DM is just up here cutting waves. Chain TP, but the cancel. The Fisher comes out in time. Maybe now DM thinking I should have BKB'd first.
Still very difficult. Against Ursa, had Abyssal Blade ready. No escape. Gets outnumbered. Next set of items are coming out for PSG LGD. Ahmed just finished his Swift Blink. There's gonna be Wind Waker still far away, but Night Stalker, that's a full AC on him.
Oh, so it is, yeah. Buyback from DM. What's this about? They're trying to...
They saw him underneath the ward. DM immediately was like, we gotta do something.
Oh, Yamich spends the Midnight Pulse. Faith Beyond is going to BKB and sprint it back. Little gem on the floor there as Hakada grabs it back up. Oh, look at all these skellies, though. Go on. Rally towards the buildings. Get a couple of hits in there.
They're trying. They're giving their best.
There's a lot of bonus damage when you got that army of skeletons around.
And we'll get rid of Vision one more time. Outsiders, they don't have any vision to play with. That's just been the state of the game for a very long time.
Oh, GPK.
Beyond this, procs.
Oh, thankful for him. Has that safety net, but he's blinked back in. towards the Night Stalker. Yule's in onto the Ursa now. DM looking to try and get away in the black hole. It's just on Arme. Omni Slash expended on him as well, but the Hand of God, and in comes the heal. Arme turns the fight. The Blink Echo, they will catch him out as well. Ramsey's dead and GG called. They tried and tried and tried to delay this game out, but LGD unstoppable in this series.
LGD built up massive advantage. They, like, I mentioned it a minute or two ago about how strong their vision game is. They did have Night Stalker, and this early gem pickup from Y, giving it to Night Stalker, managing to get rid of all vision, and in the end, a couple of like black holes on Ursa, but they needed extra set of items to be able to deal with him. Y's Chen, always a 3 to watch. Like Hand of Gods every single time when Ursa